All right, all right, all right. I'm live with my main man, Dex. We're going to be looking at Bitcoin. You don't want to miss this episode, people. How you doing, Dex?
Would it be like? Good to be back.
Awesome, man.
Every day feels like a holiday. It's like this is like the weirdest time. I don't remember a time like this when you get this close to Christmas, but every day feels like Christmas.
Yes.
It's just weird, man. Even the way people are moving on the traffic on the street. You know, even the way the markets are moving, they're not moving at all, really. They're just like stuck in the mud or something. And that means that everyone is chilling. They're not making any big moves.
Hey, I'm going to leave you with Bitcoin. I got to go. I hear something yelling in my house. I got Bitcoin up on the screen for you. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Let's take a look at this Bitcoin. All right. So you guys, first thing you'll notice is on the right-hand side is your weekly chart, and on the left-hand side is your daily chart. Now, we did say that we expected, that possibility of more downside because the bears are still in control of the market. You also remember me saying that this was a do or die period as the Bitcoin was in jeopardy of falling into the vortex on that weekly chart. And that's pretty much what you're seeing here. So this is a very powerful situation. It's letting us know that we pretty much almost 100% guarantee that we're going to touch and test that 4,000 handle. Hey, I don't like it any more than you do, but it's just the way the market is looking right now. You have to deal with what you see. And at the end of the day, that's what you do. So unless the bulls can come in here and really bid this market up, it's looking like we're about to get lost in the vortex on the weekly chart, and you're going to go down. Now, all things being equal, let's say today was Friday and the market was going to settle at where it is right now. Okay. Well, then we will be forming a bearish pointer, which lets you know that we're headed lower based on the weekly chart. As far as the daily chart is concerned, we broke support and we've been falling ever since. Now, you do see currently we have rallied significantly off of the intraday low point. How is that a good thing? It's not necessarily a good thing. What it normally means is that a lot of people are taking profit from the last breakdown, and now the market is setting up to be sold. And the next leg down could be a catastrophic one. Huge.
So, wow, so you think this is a setup for a sell-off?
Yeah, it's looking that way.
Because I was actually hopeful because you were talking. I'm back, by the way. It was hot sauce in the eye. That's why I was hearing screaming in my house.
Yeah, that sounds painful.
Dude, I was trying to ignore it, and I'm like, nah, this sounds real. And I don't think my wife's home. So I ran upstairs, and my son was on the ground screaming.
Oh,
I'm like, what? I got so scared. He shows me an eyeball. Anyway, back to I was like, go
I'm glad it wasn't serious.
Yeah, I said, go to tell your eye, knucklehead. All right. So anyway, so we had this pointer that you were looking to take out.
Yeah.
And I mean, would you consider this taking it out?
Yeah, we did.
I mean, obviously we did, but like
on an intraday basis, but that's a spike.
Yeah.
And like I was saying right before you came back on the weekly chart, if it stays like that, that's a bearish pointer, and we have to deal with that. I think the market's is setting itself up for the next leg down.
Right.
That's what it's looking like right now. Not to mention you got the bottom of the Kumu cloud on that daily. All right. So I don't see this as being the bottom. I don't think we're there yet.
So there's a few different ways you could play that. You can either go to the use the price triggers to go to the safety of a stable coin, or you could use something like BitMEX or QMEX to do contract trading and short it that way. So those are your options.
You do have what is the current price? It's too small. I can't see the price.
6974. How low do you think we're gonna go, or could go with this? Is there any way?
What's the high of the day so far?
All right, hold on. The high of the day is 6980. So we're right near the high of the day.
And we had a crash alert coming into today's trading session as well. I think we're going to go and test the 4,000 level that I've been telling you about for months and months and months now. and it may even flash crash. We'll get some kind of capitulation. We could get as low as 3,700 just to scare people to death. And then we'll probably put in a floor around that point. Yeah, right now you're in the floor zone now. 6,000 to 4,000 even. 6,000 even to 4,000 even is your support zone for Bitcoin. All right, so it's a big $2,000 support base for this market. All right, don't have to like it, but it is what it is. Is that a weekly? You got the weekly up, right?
I have the weekly up.
All right,
right
go
there,
go
yeah.
back for me with that cursor. Stop. Go forward. No, make the chart bigger. I'm going to need it. Make the chart bigger.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now move your cursor there at that last support bottom. Nope, lower. Right there. Go to the left. Yeah, all right. What's that low right there?
Let's see. It's the low is 31.28.
There you go. That sounds about right. Yep.
Yikes.
So we're going to now, all things being equal, you should base out around that 6,000 to 4,000 zone, and then that should build the support for the next rally. And then the next rally should take us to at least anywhere between 22 and 30,000.
Right,
that should be the first boost leg.
Bunch of comments coming in. Let me check these.
And then the second boost leg will be from 30 to around 53.
Say that one time. Sorry.
First leg is 22 to around 30. And then the next second thrust is from that 30 to around 52,000. And then the third leg
that would put us up here.
52,000 to about maybe 78,000. And then the last final push gets it to that 100,000 and just put a plus sign from there.
This chart would look very different if that happened.
Well, that's exactly what's going to happen.
That'd be sick.
Now, no time scale given because
it would be
impossible
amazing
to know the time frame. But those are your legs, though, your rally legs, based on the algorithms.
You know what someone's going to need with that likelihood of coming up? Someone's going to need a full 1-year subscription to PulseWave Trading.
It would help.
So there's only one way to get that, by the way, and that's getting a free membership and seeing what we're offering you on your free member dashboard. So do that. Time's running out. It's not going to last forever, folks. I don't know if you noticed, but Santa Claus is coming to town, and that offer is not eternal.
He comes once a year. He comes once a year, and he bounces. Don't forget that part.
Yeah. So listen, Santa Dex has something special for you. Dexa Claus has an amazing offer on your dashboard. So go to pulsewavetrading.com just go to pulsewavetrading.com and click on the free membership. And that takes you about 10 seconds. And then we've got a very special offer. Of course, we have our monthly plans, but the offer is so good that it makes the monthly plans a little crazy. So go check out that special 2020 offer from Dex. Not going to last much longer, and it'll get you access to these price triggers.
That's right,
my friends, which is what you're going to need to ride something this volatile. It seems like those weeks where I say, you know what, I'm going to focus on developing this thing, or, some big thing for our business that I want to focus on, or maybe I take vacation or something like that. Those are always the weeks where Bitcoin crashes and I missed out on it.
I know, it is that. It definitely is that. But at the end of the day, what do we say? We say family first. End of the
Absolutely,
day,
man.
First. So,
but this is nice, and it's starting to pull back to about where it was. But anyway,
yeah, you're not going to miss a thing, because when you have the price triggers, even if you gotta be away, all you gotta do is just set your tickets before you bounce
with your phone.
Yeah, just go ahead and set your tickets, man.
Trade the weekly.
Be done. Yeah. Every week, at the start of each week, it wouldn't be a bad idea just to go ahead and put your weekly entries in, buy and sells.
That's a great one. Yeah, just do a Sunday night or a Monday morning weekly trade. If you really want to be lazy,
then that way you won't miss anything.
Yeah, and then you just check up on your phone, which is easy to do. I mean, almost all of the major exchanges and stuff have access to the iOS and Android.
You know what I'm going to say, right?
What you gonna say, man? What are you gonna say?
It's so easy. A caveman could do it.
Oh wow,
those were my favorite commercials.
Those are the best. It's, you know, it's funny. The other day I was telling one of my kids about that. They were like, "What do you?" I don't know. I referenced it or something, and they were like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "The best commercials of all time."
Yes, the caveman commercials.
All right, let's look at gold. We're still here to take questions if you're live with us on YouTube. Well, here's another one. Here's one. John Doe wants to know, Dex, do you still believe another financial crash will never happen? Have you said that you believe a financial crash will never happen? Have you stated that?
Yes. Let me explain for those that are not familiar with that, who haven't been rocking with me for a while. All right. In my documentary that should still be up on our YouTube channel, and right now I'm having a senior moment. What is my documentary called?
It's
There is
Dex
no collapse.
Awesome.
There is no collapse. Okay, yeah. If you have not had the time to view that, go ahead and view that. It's called There Is No Collapse. And I go in and I break down, through history and take you from the past to the present on what has really been happening. So I still believe and hold fast to there is no collapse. Okay, there is no collapse. Only thing you will see is a changing of the guard. All right, so you'll see it's like an old house. You're in love with this old house. You grew up there. You started your own family there, and you don't ever want to let it go. All right. But what you do want to do is you want to remodel. You want to break it up. You want to bring it to the new time and the new age. So you're going to do some additions. You're going to knock down a few walls. You're going to trick the house out, just like the old show Pimp My Ride. All right. You're going to pimp your house out, trick it out real good, and you're going to stay there for all eternity, and then you're going to hand it down to your kids. Well, that's what's happening here with the global economy. It's shape shifting. All right, that's all you're doing. It's not collapsing. It may seem like a collapse. People may want to call it a collapse, but it's not. All Wall Street is right now is the good way to think of it. Think of the stock market as a taser. It's a taser in the hand of the powers that be to force people to do what they want. So they say, okay, sign this bill into law, or I'll make sure the Dow crashes 3,000 points tomorrow. Don't make me do this. And people will be afraid and say, okay, please don't do that. And they say, if the Dow falls 3,000 points, that's going to give me an excuse also to declare martial law. Okay, please don't do that. All right, fine, we'll sign your bill into law. So that's what the markets are being used for now. They're being used to tase people into submission. And it's working. It's working. So this is where we are, folks. That's why I say there is no collapse. See, traditionally there was a such thing as collapse because of the nature of how the markets played out, like the crash of 29. That was a real collapse because it wasn't just the market. The market fell first, then came your depression. All right, so that was a collapse. But we're no longer an island. We're now a global economy. All right. If France sneezes, everyone else catches a cold, kind of thing. That's what we are. So it's no longer, America's doing great. Who cares what's happening in the pigs nations? It's not like that anymore because people have investments everywhere. All right. Oh, who cares if Italy and Greece go away and leave the European Union and everything else? Who cares? Those are still large economies, even though they're little teeny places. They're still large economies, and there's still billions of dollars invested there. All right, and that's why they're not going to go anywhere. They're just going to keep getting stimulus, just like everyone else. What makes them any different than anyone else? How can you laugh at Greece and Spain and Italy and all those guys? How can you laugh at them when Germany, the UK, the USA, all of the world superpowers have been actually operating on stimulus,
right,
for the past decade, and some even longer than that. We have now 20 years of stimulus pumped into the U.S. equity market alone. Let that sink in. 20 years. 20 years of stimulus.
Insane.
Do you know how long it takes just for one stimulus package to filter throughout the entire economy? It takes between 12 to 18 months. We have been getting stimulated monthly for the last 20 years. All right, so we have a good 20 plus years more of operating in a bull market just off of the stimulus alone. We have not all the stimulus packages haven't even filtered down yet, and they're still stimulating. So as long as they're still got the patient hooked up to an IV and they're feeding him crack intravenously, and when they run out of crack, they switch it and say, okay, now we're going to put some crystal meth in there.
Mm.
And then when they run out of that, they say, all right, now we just got to dose them up with some heroin. And then when they run out of that, then they say, okay, what we going to do now? We can't just put Kool-Aid in there, can we? Yeah, he won't be able to tell the difference. Put some Kool-Aid in there real quick while we run to the stove and find something else to put up in that IV. Then they come back and say, okay, now we got opioids. We can put that up in there. And that's all they're doing. They're just switching out different things, but the patient is still hooked up to the IV. And as long as the IV is dripping into the veins of the economy, it's going to keep on rolling along. But once that IV is yanked out of the arm of the economy, then you can say, okay, now we have a collapse. But well, what you're having happening at that point is the physician saying, we've stimulated this person long enough. It's time now to put them on cold turkey while we switch over to a new product. And then that's what they do. And then when they come back with a new product, it doesn't keep the person as high anymore. As a matter of fact, you don't even like it because it's so different. And that will be the new mechanisms, not a new economy, but a new mechanism.
Interesting way to put it. That's
for
great.
Controlling the economy.
Mechanisms. That's helpful.
And that's where your 5G network comes in, and Agenda 2030 and all that good stuff. That's when all that kicks in. All right. And so that's what we are, folks. And that's why you're going to see the gold miners, gold and silver, precious metals, and Bitcoin, and along with a handful of other cryptos. You're going to see them skyrocket and go through the moon after they finish crashing them, because they can only thrive in a bear market. All right. Those things will thrive in an equity bear market. So that's why you're not seeing it happen yet. People say, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? You'll know it's happening and when it's going to happen because you'll be hearing on the news every day, breaking news. They'll be breaking into your soap operas, breaking news into whatever movie you're watching on cable.
And that's when people will go for safety.
Right. Breaking news. The Dow lost another 6,000 points today. Something like that. Then that's where you'll see it. You'll know. Now, because this is our broadcast, I can't say what I want to say, but I'll just say this instead. I have told, people, we've told them, our customers, when should you buy if you're not already engaged in Bitcoin? I've already given that magic number, if you will. And we will keep that to our paying members who have the PulseWave price triggers at their disposal. They will know exactly the exact price and when to get in and ride those waves. But in the meantime, unfortunately, only thing I can tell you is keep shorting. Every time the market rallies, get ready to put another sell ticket on. But you got to be careful because the way the markets move now, everything is dependent upon a particular price. All right. The Wall Street algorithms, the high frequency traders, they all use the same program. All right. It's the same program. Don't let them lie to you and say, oh, we use different things. No, you don't. You're hiring the same kids graduating from the same university. How is what you have any different than what someone else has? Don't believe the hype. All right, they're hiring these kids out of MIT and other places to come in and design their computer schematics and all that stuff, but it's based on the same logic. All right, these kids never traded a day in their life. You know, they have no experience on the street, and they're coming in and they're designing these computer models and all this other stuff. All right, that doesn't make you a trader because you design a computer model that can place 4 million trades in 10 seconds. That does not make you a trader. So they're using the same algos. What the public doesn't know is that since everyone's using the same subset of computer generated rules and logic, that's why you see these weird market movements at times, because it will key off at a particular intraday price inflection points, where you always hear me say intraday price inflection point, intraday price inflection point, intraday price inflection point. There is an actual price that will cause markets to move in one direction or another, whether that be up or down. You, as the general public, have no idea what that number is in any given market. The machines do. And when that number is reached on an intraday level, it turns everyone's machines on, whether they're people in the office or not. It will come on and the machine will start buying or selling securities based on whatever subset of rules it is for that particular outfit. But still doesn't matter. The machine turns on at a certain price level. And then that's when they'll start selling or buying securities. So you need to know that. All right. So now that you know that, what you need to really know is at what price this is going to happen on any given security. That's where the price triggers come in. We know those intraday price inflection points where they're going to run your stop as a retail trader. We have that, and that's what we do. And instead of while they're running your stop, we run theirs. That's what price triggers are. So with all that being said, that is the whole gamut of what we do and why we do what we do. This is your time to shine. 2020 is upon us. This is your time, if you haven't done so already, is to position yourself in these financial markets. You need a second income stream. You got to have it. You have to do it. This is the best way, the fastest way that I know to be able to generate that secondary income is by trading these markets. And we will teach you everything you need to know to do it. You do not need to be a rocket scientist. You do not need to be a mathematician. You do not need to be a physicist. You do not need to have a securities license in order to do this. It's very simple. We've taken the most complex thing and made it extremely simple and almost idiot proof. So that's why I said almost. There's always an idiot that can manage to screw it up. All right. Awesome. But it is idiot proof for the most part, folks. Yep. So Bitcoin is not ready to rock yet. It doesn't mean that something can't happen. See, that's the thing that I like, is what we call unknown variables. There are unknown variables that can cause something to happen without anyone's knowledge of it happening or about to happen. What do you do when you have a World Trade Center situation? What do you do when there's some kind of disruption or war breaks out or a thermonuclear device is activated in a populated area? What do you do when things like this happen? Nothing, because you didn't know it was going to happen. And when it does happen, you're in a situation where you cannot take advantage of it, or you may get run over by it. What do you do when there's a flash crash? Nothing. Either you're on the right side of the market or you're not, or you're out of the market altogether. So you don't care. Yeah. You feel me?
Yeah, man.
Price triggers will help you to sort that kind of thing out. Not only do we have our thumb on the pulse of the market, but then the price triggers themselves put you in an opportunity to capitalize off of those unknown variable scenarios that I just mentioned. If there's a flash crash, don't worry, you'll catch it. If there's some kind of massive rally because some news comes out about Bitcoin and it causes Bitcoin to rally $4,000 in 2 seconds, don't worry. If you use the price triggers, you'll be in a position to take advantage of that.
It actually jumped up about $100, a little over $100 the last few minutes.
See,
so it's
every time I talk, the market goes up. What can I say?
It's actually positive for the week at this point.
Every time I open my mouth, man.
Just a little.
I know.
All right, cool. With that, great stuff. Let's wrap it up and remind people, go to pulsewavetrading.com. It's Christmas time. This is definitely the thing that you ask your spouse for Christmas. It's 1 year PulseWave trading. That's without question. It's going to save you a fortune. You're going to love it. And it could be, God willing, very profitable year for you. Dex, would you like to leave our friends with a thought?
Yes. Here's some sage wisdom for you. When it comes to trading these markets, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. Peace.